Hi all, Cynthia here with a flip through of my completed bullet journal. So this is the first bullet journal that I've ever created. It's from January 2018 to August 2018. It was a Otto from Officeworks. So it was my first one, didn't know whether I'd like it. I brought one that was reasonably cheap that I could get my hands on close by until I decided whether or not I like bullet journaling, and as it happens I do. So I have certainly purchased another couple and I'll talk to you about those at the end. So I'll just do a quick flip through and I just remembered I want to cover something up on the inside and I've lost my piece of paper, so bear with me. Done. Right. Strategically placed over a photo. So I'll just go in and do a quick flip through. So at the first couple of pages, I've just added some extra photos that when I was doing some scrapbooking, I would print them out. And for some reason or other, I didn't use these photos. So I've just put them here. And the same as in here. I did initially have a key and I wrote down some different things, you know, like what was to do and what was done and activities and appointments and so forth. But I really didn't, not so much follow them, but I didn't think I need to document what they were. It's quite obvious. I know what they are. So I end up just finding a picture in a magazine and cut them out and stuck them here and just stuck some more pictures over the top. I think I've got an extra picture that I might put on here. I have this one here. I might use these in a layout, or I've printed these out and that's just that one close up. So I might use that one and maybe that one. Yeah, anyway, I probably have one more photo to go here. Year at a glance, so that's where I just wrote everyone's birthdays, anniversaries, so forth. I'll certainly be keeping something similar to this in next year's book. Started doing a year in pixels. Got up to midway through June and really wasn't enjoying having to come back and add it. Most of the time I was happy, or a version of happy, so I decided it wasn't for me and didn't continue. Dates to remember or future log, certainly utilize this. We'll have something similar to this in the next one. And my first month. What's very interesting, I like to see how much my sketching and drawing and just the design and the layout has changed as the months go ahead, and I'm constantly improving. So if you're new and you're feeling like your pages and your sketches are pretty horrible, keep bashing on. I find that it does get better with practice and time. Did this little quiet, let the adventure begin, because I thought, well, starting a new bullet journal, something new for me, is certainly an adventure. Tempted to draw a bird, ha ha ha, very funny. Did a little reef because I thought that would be nice and simple, something I could do to start off with. Monthly challenges, that has continued. I have a monthly challenge all the way through the book, is where any challenges that I participate in, I just put them there. Doodles page, that has continued on through. What I try to do is, well, what I started doing is probably more the point has changed as time has gone on. Practicing what I think next month's theme might be. So next month I'm thinking about having geometric hearts as my main theme. So I'm just practicing different designs here. Keeping track of the weight and crafty spends, that has continued. Habit trackers, mix it up as I go throughout. Initially was cutting out just bits and pieces from magazines and sticking them in, but well, I do a little bit of that, sort of that mixed up and changed throughout as well. Was trying to keep track of when I was commented or was socially active on social media. Ditched that not too long into it. And just little doodles, just practicing. Little Christmas tree. New Year, I think they took down the Christmas tree at the beginning of the year, so just took a picture or drew a little picture of our Christmas tree. Love, 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 love this seagull. So that's my first little foray into watercolours, and I love the way it turned out. For me, that is awesome. Not so awesome. So that is a drawing of our dog, and yeah, we'll just move right on past that. Just trying to practice using my Tombos and doing some lettering, trying to have dual tones, taking some photos, printing them out, and then sketching from them, and just trying to practice sketching throughout little drawings. This month it was school holidays, so I just kept track of who had what child when and where. New collections was coming out at this time of the year, so I kept track of the collections that I thought were gorgeous that I wanted to get my hands on, and the only one that I haven't had was the Twilight from One Canoe 2. I've had some Misty Mountain, some BU from Pink Fresh, and some More Than Words from Coco Vanilla Studio. I love her. Saw a review on some of the different bullet journals that are out there, and I wrote down 3 that I thought I might like to review and look at a little bit more in depth. I certainly have purchased a Limone since then, and I've also purchased a Scribbles That Matter. Decided that I want to keep track of the movies that we saw throughout the year, so I just put in movie strips here. I've used the stars on what I've rated each movie as for the little, little holes on the side. And then I've done a picture on the page that represents each picture. So The Greatest Showman, I've done an elephant. For the 3 billboards outside Epping, Missouri, I just did what that looked like. And so forth. The Mercy, I Feel Pretty, Ocean's 8, and Ideal Home. So I really like that concept. I like trying to push myself to draw and sketch out something that represents the actual movie. So I'll continue that on in the next bullet journal. Practicing some watercolours, like my way my little whale turned out there. So I've just done that on some watercolour paper, then stuck it in. Some habit trackers. Each month I varied the theme of the habit trackers and mixed it up each month. Some months I like, some months I don't like, and you'll see how that changes. I only did 1 challenge this month, so I just used it as a little doodle page. Once again, cut this out of Daphne's Diary magazine, and then just put a little quote over the top, which I thought went with the picture. More doodles. So this one, maybe that one, I'm not too sure, are from a YouTuber. She does awesome videos. Can't quite think of her name right now, can't recall it. So I was certainly copied her or got inspiration from her and then the others, and I've practiced more throughout the coming months. I've just been inspired by her. Same thing, cut out with a little quote over the top. Kept track of my weight, crafty spends, and social growth as well. Just notes and bits and pieces. A little sketch of a building next door to where I work. And just sort of mixed it up. So my stepdaughter's partner, he's a musician, so I thought I'd just add different music notes and bits and pieces. Valentine's Day, so I've just put some stuff in, more drawings. So I initially started out using Tombow markers, and one they ghosted through and I didn't particularly like the ghosting, and so I soon started to experiment with different options, and it's around here that I started using watercolor pencils. So most of the sketches are done now with watercolor pencils. So all this is watercolor pencils. Just jumped onto Pinterest and found a quote and a cactus that sort of went with it, because this month is going to be a cactus theme. My habit tracker, absolutely love the way this one turned out. It's challenges. So this is doodles. I love my doodles in this month. I'm very happy. So this is where it was inspired by the other lady, and I've generally jumped onto Pinterest again, got a reference picture, and I've just pretty much tried to copy what was on the picture. And I really like the way some of them turned out. My kangaroo and my koala are probably iffy, but I'm really happy with the way they turn out. Just more sketches. Started taking an urban sketching class online. Did a tarot reading and I drew the King of Swords. So I decided I'd draw a picture of the card. You can see I mix up the way I'm writing. I'm not a big fan of my writing. And here, around here, I've decided that all caps looks quite neat. And I also occasionally go back into cursive writing or script writing, whatever you like to call it. So just used some watercolors, did a bit of talk about the reading. So each week I have the same layout each week. It's the week across the page, and then this space down here is for photos and a bit of journaling and whatever I may want to include. Always started my month on the first on a Monday, if that makes sense. So here I didn't put Sunday the 1st down here, sorry. So I always started my month on the 1st, whether the 1st was a Wednesday, a Monday, a Sunday, whatever it was, I carried that over to the beginning of the month. This is a watercolor little piece I've done on some watercolor paper, and I love that. I don't know if you can see the shine that is in that, but that is just gorgeous. There is a video, YouTube video, if I remember correctly. If there is, I'll try to link it in the little doody-daddy here. Love this month's color scheme. So once again, it's just watercolor pencils in blues and purples, and I've just added gold touches throughout. More doodles. I followed the Oodles of Doodles challenge for April and just drew whatever their challenge was. More urban sketches. So this is one of the sketches from the class that I done. Deleted a file. I did a gorgeous art journal page, and I'll show you here because I absolutely loved it, and I deleted the page and I was devastated that I couldn't share it. So you're just going to have to put up with me sharing it right now. Someone's got to see it, don't they? Maybe not. It's hidden. It's gone. Not meant to be shared. This one here. Look at that. I think that's gorgeous. And I deleted the file. Arrgh! But anyway, sidetracked, not happy. Was not happy. So this is where this space down here is really starting to come together. It's starting to get very similar each month. Photo, journaling about the month. practicing my theme for next month. So I've decided that I'm going to do a dream catcher of some description as the theme for the following month. So I'm just starting to practice those. It's obviously been inspired by some washi tape that I've picked up. Practicing some watercolour flowers. So here's my May. So love the borders that are around this. So that's just a border, and I've just did some crisscross, hand drew some birdies and some leaves and so forth. That's the habit tracker for the month. My doodles, I decided to do each letter of the alphabet, so A, B, C, D, E. I was going to say F. I went to there and I'm thinking, no! But E, F, G, and so forth. Line a day. So this is where I decided that one page wasn't enough. I'm going to make it a double page from here on in. So this was cut out from a magazine. It was a full page and it was some flowers. I've just stuck it on sideways and put it, it's all a matter of perspective. So I thought that went quite well with the fact that I've just tilted that sideways. And continuing on. The walk that we went on this day was through a forest and there was a lot of mushrooms. So I've included, you know, some little sketches of some mushrooms. If you're wondering why some of the days are being coloured in blue, blue represents the days that my husband is at work. So he has the same shift every fortnight, so it's just a rolling shift. And I try to do 3 videos up on my YouTube channel every day. Oh, sorry, every week. And so I draw the boxes in when I'm setting up the month, and then I actually colour in if I've managed to post, and then I just write what I post in there. So obviously Saturday I didn't do one. That's what that represents. Moving on to June. So June's winter for us. So I did sort of a cold winter theme. Love my doodles this month. Have nothing to do with winter. I went and spent a girls' weekend away at a beach shack, and as I get up bright and early compared to everyone else, while I was waiting for the girls to get up, I just sat and did some doodles each morning. This was probably the last habit tracker I completed. I decided that really I was completing them for the sake of completing them. I don't really care whether I track how much water I drink or whether I ate healthy or not on the particular day. Either I was doing it or I wasn't doing it, and then I just would have to force myself to go and do the habit tracker. So I certainly have not carried those forward. Saw some people, how some people use ephemera for when they go shopping or away. I went away on a work trip during the week and brought some stuff, and I thought I would try to use them. Can't say it's my cup of tea. I don't think I'll be really using too much more of that. Ha ha ha. Hilarious. If you haven't tried the game Speak Out, oh, it's a must. So funny. Not pretty, but funny. July. So July, even though it is still winter for us, we were going away on a holiday up to where it was going to be a hell of a lot warmer and it's a little bit tropical. So I decided to make it a bit of a sunny tropic theme for the month. Just did some nice tropic fruits. So throughout the month, whenever I had a bit of time, downtime, I would hop back in. This one I've decided to do most of the drawings without the pen lines, just experiments and seeing how that worked for me. I think it works out okay. And this is where we start to go on our holiday. So I've mixed up my design. Of course, I'm not going to be at work every day of the week, and it's, you know, it's not pretty much the same thing. You know, we don't have gym and drama and cubs and the same stuff that we have every week. I decided that each day I would put the day and then just journal a bit about that day, because there's always a lot more happening when you're on holidays. Love this this design, and you know, if I had enough happening in my life every day, I'd probably continue on like this, but in reality there's not. So a lot of these stickers are from the sticker books that you can buy. I only have 2 of them. I have the Amy Tangerine one and just an American Craft one, so I've just gone through and I'm using stickers. The guitar I drew myself and sketched that in. I found the head of the guitar was a little bit too long, so I've tried to cover up a little bit of it and disguise it. Added some flip-ins, which I really like. There's lots of writing about what we've been doing, using the planes whenever we travel somewhere. So I come back from a family trip on the Sunday, and then on the Wednesday I flew out on a girls' trip to go and see Pink in concert. So that was pretty awesome. So this is just about our trip and what we did while we was away. That's a bunch of girls. And August was the last month. Haven't managed to do any challenges this month, but that's okay, I don't mind. It was nice to practice just doing a little dragonfly. My pen ran out, so I had to go to the next size up until I purchased the littler size again. Decided that I would do some drawings on animals with wings. I'm quite happy with most of them. I set this thing down here. Whatever. I knew it was going to be a stretch for me when I started, but that's okay. Decided to do a mandala type of thing in a square box. And just continuing on with the same design. And that's pretty much it. I've just got to finish off this page and the journal is done. So at the beginning I did do some test pages at the back to see what worked and what didn't work with my pens. But that's it. So I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed that flip through. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Stay tuned for the upcoming. If you follow me on my channel, you know I put I posted a vote on what should I use next. Should I use my Scribbles That Matter or the Limone book that I purchased? And Scribbles That Matter won by 2 votes. So September onwards will be in this one. Stay tuned for that. Okay. Thank you very much for sticking with me. I will catch you on the next video. Until then, everyone have a lovely day, a lovely week, and a lovely month. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.